because the Indy 11 play host to Lou City in USL Championship action. That'll be at 7 o'clock tonight. So again, you'll see action in a different frame than you're used to. Unless you're used to watching the Indy 11, then these are the camera angles that you often see during those matches. Throw-in coming here for IU Indianapolis after the first couple of touches of the match. So lone match of the weekend, not just for these two teams, but for the entirety of the league. A lot of Thursday, Sunday weekends in league action. Takeaway here by the Titans of Detroit Mercy. Trying to walk this one to the byline. Jaguars do a good job of shepherding that away, and that's actually going to be seemingly referenced as a foul against UDM. Guilty party that time was Soraya Puerto Khalil. Restart a quick one as the Jaguars attempt to build from the back. So for IU Indy, this is conference match number 4. For Detroit Mercy, this is conference match number 5. And it is a full 11-team league for women's soccer. So everybody has a bye built in at some point in time in 11 different conference dates. So it is a full slate of games today. One of those has already taken place. Youngstown State, whom IU Indy beat last Thursday, they were a 1-0 winner against Wright State. That was an 11 a.m. kickoff today, in part because the Penguins got football this afternoon. They play host to Indiana State coming up in about an hour or so. So that game was the early flyer. This is one of 3 kickoffs that are taking place simultaneously around the league. Northern Kentucky is at Robert Morris, and Green Bay is at Cleveland State. All those games just began. Good little give and go here. One-time defender did a great job of clearing that off the oncoming IU Indy player. That was Lindsay Castillo. Was trying to settle that ball inside of the 18-yard box. Couldn't get it done. Defender plays it off to her, and goal kick coming here for grad student Marissa Silver. Like the vast majority, not all, but like the vast majority of her teammates, Michigan natives. There is a great soccer culture these days in that state. We reference the Indy 11 in terms of using this stadium. Well, Detroit City has had a heck of a season at the USL Championship level. They're currently 3rd, and those two teams both have squads, do Indy and Detroit, in the USLW League. Kelly trying to get on front of this one. Just enough done defensively to keep her at bay. And leading goal scorer for the Jaguars with 5 on the season, the sophomore from Hamilton Southeastern. Foul is called against IU Indianapolis. That was Katie Hogue who was the guilty party, the sophomore from Cincinnati, Ohio. Rodriguez was the intended target that time for the Jags. Good up and down action here in the first 3 minutes of the match. Again, from a weather standpoint, temperatures in the upper 70s to around 80 degrees. You do have to factor, because of the time of day and the turf, it's going to be a little bit warmer here on the pitch. Detroit Mercy couldn't keep that ball in play. Right idea. Even though the attacker was behind her defender, she was kept on side by the center back in that scenario. So that was, I think, well officiated in terms of no offside flag going up. Joyelle Washington, who is a redshirt senior, who is a Michigan native, but began her college soccer days at the University of Georgia. Could not track that down. Goal kick taken by Kudlow off the head of a Detroit player. Throw in coming next to the IU Indianapolis bench. And again, the luxury of our setup today is that we even get the end zone camera. That is on the west stands. When you see kind of that, what the NFL would call the all-22 shot that we're taking today. And those stands will be full about 6 hours from now. I would expect north of 10,000 in this building for Indy 11 and Lucy today. On that cross right idea, just couldn't bend it back to the 6 to get it to a teammate. And a goal kick coming 5 minutes in for the visiting Titans. Titans last year the 6th seed in the league tournament. Rodriguez gets in the way of that pass, but then knocked forward. And in talking with Chris Johnson, he goes, this is not the team in Detroit Mercy that will build from the back. They are aggressive in terms of getting the ball down the field, charging, and going after it. A pass deflects off a Detroit Mercy player. It was Kalen Smith that sent it forward. Throw in coming for Sarah Henson, junior from Northern Kentucky. Touch goes astray for Bethany Hardigan. Hardigan, a freshman from England. And we won't talk about a lot of international players in this match, but there are a couple that play for IU Indianapolis. And that ball will trickle harmlessly across the byline for a goal kick for Ashton Kudlow. This is the 18th meeting between these two teams. They have all occurred since IU Indy made the jump to the Division I level back in the fall of 1998. Since these teams became conference foes, it has been a series dominated by IU Indianapolis. They have picked up a point in every league meeting between the squads. They have played to a pair of 0-0 draws. Last one of those occurring in the spring of 2021. Again, onside opportunity. Washington takes it inside of the 18, slides it back post, and it's in. The Titans have the opening tally of the match. Give the goal to Puerto Khalil. The Titans have a 1-goal lead. So Raya Puerto Khalil gets the goal. And that is her first of the season. She had played nearly 900 minutes before getting that goal. And did a great job that time to Washington again of just playing the ball across. Slides it past the back row of IU Indy defenders, and the Jaguars will chase this one. Puerto Khalil becomes the 8th different goal scorer this season, make it 9th for Detroit Mercy. Finishing off the thoughts on series history, Jags have won each of the last 3 meetings and 5 of 7 in total since these two became conference rivals back in 2017. And again, this is a battle to kind of keep pace with Milwaukee. Again, they are the North Star of this league in terms of whom you set your watch to and who you're going after. And Milwaukee at the top of the table with 10 points, with 3 wins and a draw. IU Indy a game back of them in terms of 2 wins and a draw. Back heel here, opportunity here. Rodriguez, one touch, has a hit, and ties us up. Well, the lead short-lived for the Titans. Cassie Rodriguez gets the goal. So a goal apiece here in the opening 9 minutes. Deft touch on the back heel. That was Ransom that found Rodriguez. And Rodriguez slots it home. Well, this has been fun to watch so far, and judging by how these two teams are playing, that is going to continue. Rodriguez gets her third goal of the season. Ransom gets assist number 5. So we are tied at 1.
IUPUI goal number 7, Jesse Rodriguez. At the 35-40 mark of the first half, that makes the score all tied at 1.
So space to operate for both of these teams. That touch just gets away from Lindsay Castillo, sophomore from the state of Ohio. And you'll hear us talk about Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky in terms of the construction of this IU-Indy roster. They seemingly have always had more of a Midwest pull. You'll see a handful of local products on the team. Washington going to wisely use that running track. Get a little more oomph on those throws. Good touch here, left foot, doesn't get through. Good closeout by IU-Indy, but not out of danger just yet. At the edge of the 18, bouncing ball, now steered away. Collision, but no advantage gained, or no one was kind of late to the party there that would draw a whistle from our referee. Same thing here. Some contact, but nobody late to the party. Good run here. Washington's been really good about creating space so far. That ball swept sideways by IU-Indy. Well, clearly the offensive star of this match so far has been Joyelle Washington. And she has been the fulcrum point. Picked up her second assist of the season on the opening tally by Puerto Khalil. Washington getting her 9th match played of 13 in total for UDM. They all have been starts. Ball nodded forward. Couldn't keep it in play. Throw in coming at the touchline for Detroit Mercy. Good cutback by Castillo. Long distance ball. Again, you do have one center back just kind of hovering back there just in case. Not a full high line being played by Detroit Mercy there. Good coverage in the toe poke forces the ball. He played sideways off of Avery Bangert. Bangert has one of the 2 shots officially recorded by IU-Indy so far. Now Smith didn't locate that ball the way she had hoped. Great take there by Kelly to bring that down. Now Ransom, as the defender stumbled and deemed as off the Detroit Mercy player. Ransom, a transfer from Eastern Kentucky. Just couldn't get to it in time, could Kelly. Goal kick coming. Good look at Marissa Silver. She is getting her 10th start of the season in this match number 13. 14 goals allowed, 37 saves, has 1 clean sheet, and obviously that won't be added to today, with the Jaguars already tallying 1. She has been active. She has faced 130 shots in her 10 matches played to this point. Throw-in coming for the Titans. Justice Tillotson, who's a local product, Rochester, Michigan, but played collegiately at UTEP before heading back to the Detroit area. flicks it forward. Again, the pressure by Rodriguez. That ball is played sideways. Good hustle by Detroit. Not just to give up a throw in. Hustled back to maintain possession. Last touched by an IU Indy player. Again, you see the unique nature of this camera angle. If you're watching Indy 11 matches on ESPN Plus, use this of the Jaguar head being backwards and the lettering for IU Indy being upside down. And the camera angle is done from this way during an Indy 11 match to show those vast grandstands that you are seeing, which obviously don't get filled all that well for this match. Believe me, they will tonight. Indy 11 perennially in the top 3 or 4 in terms of attendance in the USL Championship. And given the weather forecast, given the opponent and the proximity of Louisville for tonight's match, this place will be bumping. Looks like a corner coming. So first corner of the match, 50 minutes in, belongs to the visitors from Detroit Mercy. For the Jaguars, Sarah Henson will go tuck inside one of the corner posts. Madeline Baucom, transfer from Kennesaw State, will send this one in. Bending ball in and side netting. I did see an Olympico be a SportsCenter top 10 play a couple of days ago. Of course, whoever the anchor was didn't know to call it an Olympico. That's when you score off a corner kick and nobody touches it, by the way, in case you need a little Soccerese 101. Tupin will sub out. Natalie Soba will come in to replace her.
Entering for Detroit Mercy with the 13, Natalie Soba.
Problem for Henson. Blows a tire. Amelia Streberger, the freshman, will track it down. Streberger ends up making that a relatively easy play for Kudlow. Now, Streberger is no stranger to coming to Indianapolis for college soccer. She is a freshman for Detroit Mercy. Her older brother just completed 6 years of playing at Butler. In fact, his old Butler teammates will be here on Tuesday night. Non-conference matchup for Paul Snape's Butler Bulldogs and Sid Van Drunen's IU Indy Jaguars. 7 o'clock, we'll have the coverage for you on ESPN+. Castillo blows a tire. No foul whistled. Another sub going to step off for Detroit Mercy as Streberger now will exit. Kylene Brado comes on to replace her. And again, it's a beautiful day to watch. You add the turf, it gets a whole lot warmer to play on here at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And a throw-in coming for the Titans. And that will be a throw-in now for the Jaguars. IU Indy is at home again on Thursday. They take on the Phoenix of Green Bay. That is a 4 o'clock start time on Thursday afternoon. That match as well can be seen on ESPN+. We'll check the other scores around the league. Robert Morris in Northern Kentucky. Currently 0-0. About 18 minutes in. Good flick forward. Good pressure there. Ransom trying to get to it. I think she committed the foul in the effort. The player that got clattered into. Able to draw the foul for Detroit Mercy. Jen Mateak. Both teams about 10 minutes removed from their opening salvos of this match. Washington gives chase. In and out of the 18. Get a little traffic there in front of Kudlow, but doesn't seem to bother her in the slightest. Kudlow blasts this one. We referenced it earlier, but again, this is the rare east-west pitch alignment. Since this soccer pitch was retrofitted inside of this track facility, foul going to be called. And this was a track facility first, built for the National Sports Festival back in the early 80s, as you see the replay of the foul. Whistled against Detroit Mercy. Tillotson, the guilty party there. Ball delivered. Inside of the 18. Good job to keep it in. Washington finds an outlet. Couple of options going forward. Just got away from the Detroit player. Good sliding effort by Rodriguez to maintain possession, but then Henson gives it straight away for IU Indy. And a throw-in coming here for Detroit Mercy. This venue also known from its days as part of a central figure in the Pan American Games in 1987. U.S. Olympic track and field trials were here in 1988. But obviously more recent history has been as a soccer venue. It's been Indy 11's home for 8 of their 11 seasons of existence, starting in 2014. But it also played host to the U.S. Open Cup Championship back in 1997. Won then by the Dallas Burn, which we now know as FC Dallas. Sam Sickinger will enter. She's a freshman from Beverly Hills, Michigan. Flick with the hip that time. Kelly finds Ransom. Oh, that would have been a thing of beauty, that turn. It was the right idea. Just couldn't latch on to it. It will be a throw-in coming past the midfield stripe for IU Indianapolis. Katie Hogue. Kelly digging back, trying to maintain possession, and eventually the ball pinballs around and works its way for a throw-in. You see that black barrier that's on the track here. That's the electronic signboards that will be used during the men's match this evening for the Indy 11. Bouncing ball takes a touch off a Detroit Mercy player and swept away. Now Rodriguez. Midway marker of the opening half. Detroit Mercy scored first. IU Indy. Ransom on a flyer, but again, one center back waiting. Who got the last touch? I think the Titans did, and the referee agrees. Corner kick coming first of the match for IU Indianapolis. It was Bauckham that just got a toe poke to it to keep Ransom away from it, and Ransom accurately pointing out she didn't touch it last. Hardigan will now take a seat. Coming on is Bernadette Wisman, freshman from South Dearborn High School down by Cincinnati. Fry will come on. Abby Renner now enters the match as well. to the edge of the 6. First touch didn't clear it, second one did. Smith redirects, and that one sails by without doing any harm. Smith, the junior from Valparaiso, she has been basically a starter since her first day on campus at IU Indy. And the Jaguars check in at 3-6-2, but to be blunt, the non-conference records of these two teams really don't matter at this juncture. Detroit Mercy's picked up 8 points in 4 matches played. IU Indy 7 points in 3 matches played. Milwaukee sits atop the table in the league at 10 points through 4, as in 3 wins and a draw. This one will find Kudlow. Last year, IUPUI, as they were known then, and for the previous 50 years of their existence, 11-3-5, 5-1-4 in league play. Good build out of the back here for the Jaguars. Ransom, again, was trying to set up the turn. Perfectly weighted ball. Left foot. Got it. Goal for IU Indy. And it's the freshman in Wishman that just entered and gets the goal.
Jaguar.
So second score of the half for IU Indy. And congratulations to the freshman and Bernadette Wishman, who just got her first college goal. That's her 9th appearance of the season. Perfect touch, and both to deliver it to her. And the calm finish for the former South Dearborn High School product. Just her 3rd shot of the season, and her first on target finds the back of the net. So Jaguars enjoying a 2-1 lead. So first time that the Titans have trailed in this match. And again, neither team has lost in league play this season. Last year, the Titans 7-9-3 overall, 5-5 in league play, and qualify for the league tournament as the number 6 seed. Top 6 teams will make the league tourney. Quarterfinals of league tournament play on campus, November the 3rd. Semifinals at the number 1 seed, November the 7th. Championship on November the 9th, and all 5 matches can be seen on ESPN+. I think the Titans thought there'd be a foul whistled there. There wasn't. We play on. Smith will play it back to Kudlow. In terms of the results at this point in time for the Titans, opened up with a 3-1 victory against Youngstown State. Then beat Robert Morris 2-1. Both those matches were at home. And as mentioned earlier, picked up a point in each of 2 road matches in Wisconsin last week. We play on here. Ransom, left foot! My goodness, great hit. Even better save. The sprawling effort by Marissa Silver. That had a 3rd goal written all over it, and snared it with both hands. And Ransom lined this one up perfectly. And again, you can see that tremendous camera angle. That was inside the far post. And Silver made a difficult play look easy by snaring it with both hands. This one's been a fun one. Great turn by Kelly. Pokes it over to Ransom. Advantage being played. And there's an opportunity here at the edge of the 18. That touch not the strongest. And Silver will come out and thwart the opportunity for IU Indianapolis. Physicality allowed to go in both directions. Here's Rodriguez, who had the opening goal of the match. Ransom to her right. Ransom tried the give and go. Wisman couldn't get back to it. Again, love the hustle, not just giving up on the play. That's the second time the Titans have kept a ball in play that looked destined for the sidelines. Neither team has been cheated on effort today. Here's Runner using those rangy strides of her 6'2" height to track that down. Renner is a Michigan native playing for this IUPUI squad. Senior from Commerce Township, Michigan. Michigan's been a state that Chris Johnson's had a fair amount of recruits from in years gone by. Renner is the lone Michigander on the IUPUI roster this season. If that touch is clean, that's a problem for IUPUI. That kind of got bottled up in the center of the park and nowhere to go. Good build here. Able to slide it through at the edge of the 18. Lining up for a hit, and Kudlow waves at it as it goes by. Jags will let some substitutions cycle through. Ransom will exit for the remainder of the half. Looks like Shannon Ott is waiting to be waved on. She may not have gotten to the fourth official in time. So Muldrow will come on. And the only match of the week for both of these teams, but especially IUPUI, they have not been shy about working in their substitutions so far in the match. 4 different subs have appeared for the Jaguars. 3 to this juncture for Detroit Mercy. Here's Muldrow. Muldrow, that was a jersey tug that, yep, we're going to go, that's well officiated. Absolutely right. He was allowing the advantage to happen. Then once possession was contested, go right back to where the jersey tug was. Well done. Now Rodriguez will exit as Ott will come in. And you see another player standing by, and Mia Belinsky will come on at some juncture in the near future. Jags have already used their depth to get a substitute goal in this match. Here's Emma Fry. Ball swept away.
I'm sorry.
Here's Fry. Wisman's touch gets away. Smith, instead of heading that one on goal, didn't want to take the chance, but again, her hustle prevents a corner. It will be a throw-in, but she was able to get to the ball in time before a corner was given. So it'll be a throw next to the flag here for Detroit Mercy. UDM will have some subs that will come on. Sickinger will exit. Tillotson, and maybe it is going to be a corner. Yep, they changed the call. Or simply, I read the flag wrong. No, it is a throw. There we go. We're just sitting on that corner spot. My apologies. Errant clearance by IUPUI. Throw-in coming here that Justice Tillotson will take. A little more than 30 minutes in. 2-1 lead for IUPUI. Ball nudged. Not on target. Good build up there. The right angle of attack for UDM. Cameron Pepper, the player on your screen. Another sub coming on.
Number 6, Ella Green.
So Ella Green She's appeared in 9 matches, all in a substitute's role this season. She played 131 minutes in total, has Ella, the freshman from St. Louis, Missouri. Green does have a goal this year. If memory serves properly, that came in the match against Eastern Illinois that we had on ESPN Plus a few weeks ago. Little space to operate here. Good tackle. A confident one. And now, because Detroit Mercy had pushed numbers forward, there's a chance at the back end for IU Indy. Nice little step over there. And here's Green, who just entered the match. Finds a teammate. Left foot did not get much on it. Shot was taken there by Hannah Roberson. Roberson, a senior from Penn. Same high school that produced Maya Lacignato, who was an outstanding player for Coach Johnson, the Jaguars, for many years. Good ball here. Roberson just couldn't get the second touch. This has been up and down from the jump, and even with subs on the pitch, it's been that style. Advantage being played for the Jags. Good work here. The hit from distance didn't go as planned for IU Indy. All the defenders had kind of rotated near side. Acres of space far side for the Titans. And that takes a deflection and goes wide. It will be a corner kick. Seemingly Kudlow had the angle closed down, but when that ball takes a turn like that, there is nothing you can do but be a spectator. And again, Lodato was involved, and she's got 5 goals. She knows her way around the 6. So Baucom will head over to take the corner. I think Roberson got ahead to it first. And now Kudlow will watch this one trickle by for a goal kick. You can hear Chris Johnson giving out some orders. Space in the midfield has not been a problem for IU Indy. Green couldn't find a teammate. Good job of tracking back to win that ball for IU Indy. Henson knocks it forward. Green, good combination play. Henson the overlapping run. Ott. That should be a throw-in, yep. Lodato was asking for some contact. The referee said, well, some, not enough. Nobody parked back post for IU Indy. And everything for Detroit Mercy about charging forward. Right idea. Just a little too much on that pass. Smith will let Kudlow find a teammate center of the park. Well done for the Jaguars. Ott. Right idea. The back heel. Roberson gets there. Left foot. Probably would have been better served to get that ball to Green, who is sitting at the edge of the 6 waiting. But still, great win by Roberson to beat the defender to the ball and create the opportunity. Combined total of 12 shots But importantly for IU Indy, 4 of those on target so far. And a foul whistle as we return from the replay against the Jags. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we'll have scores, standings, highlights. Again, it is a full docket of matches. Youngstown State beat Wright State 1-0 earlier. Robert Morris and NKU currently playing as we speak. That match is scoreless through 40 minutes. Ball just nervously hanging around the edge of the 18 now. Some real estate bought by IU Indy, and now an opportunity. Great run going. Even if that led to nothing for IU Indy, he'll take the real estate. Good job by Henson to dig in, turn, and hustle back the other direction. Good win back, though, by Lodato. Here's the goal scorer for Detroit Mercy. And that will be a corner earned. That is Puerto Khalil, junior from Royal Oak, Michigan. They got her first goal of the season. She gets the corner here.
Mercy's corner kick, number 40, Madeline Malcolm.
So heading over to take it will be Haley Matthews. Matthews, a transfer from Miami of Ohio. There's one player inside the 6, that's Tillotson. Steered away by the Jaguars. And that hit leads to nothing. That's Brado that hits a ball that, again, you've got to place that in one of the 2 corners to give yourself a chance. If you don't make the goalkeeper move off the spot, you're just giving away possession from that distance. Green got there in time. Well, that may be the difference in this match. Jaguars have won most of those 50-50 balls in today's game. Space to operate here. Roberson again dispossesses the Detroit player quickly. But that ball a little bit wide. Good minutes off the bench for the reserves here for IU Indy. Towards the end of half number 1, and just a turnover, a misstep there by UDM. Ava Mao will come on now. Ava, a freshman from Wisconsin. As Muldrow gets a breather. Henson, one of those that have gone the distance so far. Hogue of that group. Same for Smith. Same for Fry along the back. The back 4 have stayed. The other pieces of the attacking 3 forwards and mids have all been moved around and substituted for by Coach Johnson. And Jaguars, next play on Thursday. No travel involved in that match against Green Bay. They then go on the road for their Sunday match. And it's not a long road trip to Highland Heights to play Northern Kentucky. The turn by Roberson. Looking to set up the cross, and Silver had that angle covered. Two goals allowed by Silver, 2 saves as well. That ball will, I think, surprisingly stay in play given kind of the angle and trajectory of it. Fry. The leave. And that's going to be a foul. Yep, absolutely. Yep. That's going to be a card, too. Lodato taken down on the play by Ott. And now a free kick in a very dangerous place. Right from the edge of the 18. So first card of the match goes to Ott. And you just kind of saw that play developing where there was a lot of space to operate. And Lodato's got 5 goals this year. So obviously she is a candidate to go for it right here. You get a phenomenal look from here. Kudlow trying to set the wall. Wall does its job, slows it down. It will be a corner. So the Jaguars out of danger just yet. And this will be Matthews taking her second consecutive corner. Bending ball in. Kudlow just skies it. Didn't like the angle. That'll be another corner from the opposite corner flag. And obviously, time is starting to be of the essence. It's stopped on the yellow. It's not on corners. So some sands of the hourglass starting to fly through here as we get to the end of the half. And Kudlow just took no chances. Just elevated up and over the bar. Bending ball edge of the 6, and Kudlow has to swat it away. That should be another corner of the opposite flag. I think Coach Johnson's asking about traffic in front of his keeper. And anytime you don't have the tallest of goalkeepers, which IUPUI does not, the play is always going to be, hey, just get as many bodies in front of her as possible. Everybody crashes that at one time. Ball sent in. Now cleared away. Green, the closest IUPUI player to it. Good looking charge going here. That's Mao, who blows a tire on the turf but keeps fighting. And Detroit Mercy didn't need to give that ball away. They had some space to operate there. So the Jaguars look to have survived a trio of corner kicks at the tail end of half number 1. And Rodriguez and Wisman, the goal scorers for IUPUI. Porto Khalil got the first one of the match for Detroit Mercy. It's been fun to watch. It's been entertaining to call. And it is nowhere close to decided yet. Probably the better of the chances belong to IUPUI. But as you can tell from those last 3 minutes, when given the opportunity, Detroit Mercy can pounce. You hear the countdown going on in the background. There's really not much need to get too worked up about this one. That's it and that's all for half number 1. Again, these two teams both building. Then a Horizon League Women's Quarterfinal on Sunday. And there could be a USL Championship playoff match later that day as well. And it's not like there's nothing going on in Indianapolis that weekend. That's also Taylor Swift concert weekend. But we'll tackle that in about 4 weeks. So we are underway. Obviously, teams switch ends of the park. Jaguars come out in a good bit of high pressure. In Washington, everything she has done has pretty much been the right decision for Detroit Mercy. She is back out there. Streberger is back out there. We saw a relatively early exit in half number one. Here's Streberger here. Freshman from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Ball played across the left foot, gets through, and we're tied at 2. Well, it's the same combination reverse that got Detroit Mercy's first goal. This time, Washington the goal scorer. Porto Khalil gets the assist. And we're all tied up a minute into half number 2. Great left foot. Kudlow just could not react in time. So Washington gets her second goal to go with her second assist of the season.
The 44:07 mark of the second half. That makes the score Mercy 2, IUPUI 2.
So tied at 2 goals apiece. And IUPUI answer within seconds. Last time, trying to do it again. Ransom. Kelly couldn't get a touch on it. And Silver will track that down. The biggest winner if this result goes as a draw would be Milwaukee. It means that neither of these two teams would get 3 points closer to them today. There is a scenario where if Detroit Mercy would get the win today, they would go to the top of the table in the Horizon League. But Milwaukee would have a match in hand over the Titans with not playing today. I think Jaguars hope for a foul there, but we play on. Throwing coming for IUPUI. This will be the highest scoring match that IUPUI has been a part of in league play. Not the case during the course of regular season action. They were part of an 8-goal match in their final non-conference game against Ball State back on September the 12th. And by the way, we talk about like the bye week that gets rotated around. IUPUI had the first one. They did not start league play until September the 22nd, so they'll be one of those teams that will have a match in hand on, teams as they go until the final week of the season. Ball reaches inside of the 18. Castillo, they're applying pressure for IUPUI and wins it and takes it away on the cutback. I would agree with the no whistle there. Yep, I would say that she slipped first. Didn't cause the contact. Bending ball in, Ransom. Lets it slide through. Good win by the Jaguars. Kelly, can she get there? Gets ahead to it, but Silver will track it down. And the Jaguars now had to rely on their leading goal scorer in Kelly today. Here's an opportunity here, but the touch got away from Washington. Now the Jags looking to counter. Rodriguez. This is the freshman from England in Hardigan. But Hardigan couldn't keep it. Hardigan 5'10" from Bromley in England. Henson deflects that off of Washington. Throw-in coming for IU Indy. Rodriguez finds a way around a defender. And yep, there was a jersey tug there, even though I'm not sure it really impeded her. You did that right in front of the official. They'll go back to where the advantage stops and draw the whistle. Smith, the flick. Right idea by Kelly, but Ransom, the player closest to it, couldn't latch on. Jaguars couldn't pick that up. Opportunity at the other end. Washington waiting for a player to make the corresponding run. Now we'll cut it back of our own accord. Now the cut back, but nothing doing out of it just yet. And then this ball just trickles in. Again, Porto Khalil and Washington have been a really fun combo to watch for the Titans in today's match. It's Adriana Mirage you see on your screen. Bangert trying to track it down for IU Indy. Jump on the back heel, and whistle goes against Detroit Mercy. Deemed that Washington commits the foul. Player that went to the turf was Hogue for IU Indy. And Hogue, knowing that she was going to the ground, they should have drew that whistle. Give away by IU Indy at the edge of the 18. One that the Titans would like to have back. That's been rare in terms of giveaways there for IU Indy. Soba had a look from at the edge of the 18 and just didn't hit it with much in the way of velocity. Hogue got there first for IU Indy, but again, Bangert couldn't find a teammate. Now Ransom. Ransom with an assist earlier in the half. That'll be a throw-in coming for the Jags. Rodriguez. Ransom. Ransom did not hit that in the way she had hoped. So tied at 2. Again, Detroit Mercy scored less than 2 minutes in to this half to level it. Most goals that Detroit Mercy has scored in a match this year. A 5-0 win against Chicago State back in early September. Bouncing ball here, and clearance shanked by IU Indy. Detroit Mercy player goes to ground. Nothing called. And this one chipped and steered wide. Pair of substitutions await. Brado will come on. And Maya Mascaro will come on as well. First time we have called Maya's name tonight. Freshman from just across the river from Detroit, from Windsor, Ontario. Tillotson and Mraz will exit. And again, the touches to the back have become a little less crisp for IU Indy in this half. Fry nods it sideways, but couldn't find a teammate. And those balls that IU Indy was winning and maintaining rather easily in half number one, not so much here in half number two. So again, here's Washington. Henson gives chase. And that will be a goal kick. I think Henson was unsure whether that was off of a teammate or not. So she is fortunate, frankly, that she didn't play that. Washington the touch. And a good one at that. On the cutback, and IU Indy was there. And quickly won back in midfield as teams exchange possession. Ransom couldn't get to it. Bauckham simply knocks it sideways. Throw in coming for the Jaguars. Can Rodriguez get there? No. It'll be a throw in and not a corner kick. And Banger heads over to take this. Rodriguez, Ransom, and good job to dig in there by the IU Indy freshman in Hardigan. Washington. And Washington spent time at both Georgia and Wisconsin. And she's onside here. And just missed it wide. She may have been stunned by how open she was there. Washington, a part of a team that made the round of 16 3 years ago in the NCAA tournament at Wisconsin.
Entry for Mercy, number 9, Erica Tupin.
Substitution coming on now for Detroit Mercy. Erica Tupin, who got the start today, comes back in. Again, she's got 5 goals on the season. This match was tilted in favor of IU Indy in half number one. It frankly has been the other direction in half number two. And just not as sharp for the Jaguars in the second half. Credit Detroit Mercy for that. And again, there's Washington again. And they hit from distance. And frankly, you're seeing Detroit Mercy, for some reason, kind of rushing some chances. Well, they really don't need to. There's a lot of time left in this match, and they're not trailing. They can elect to build around the 18 if they want to. They've been letting IU Indy off the hook a bit defensively. Hear the bells ringing for the bottom of the hour on campus. 30 minutes and change left to go in this one. And both teams in position to get a point. I can guarantee you both teams are hoping for 3 at this juncture. Henson has it taken away. Hogue steps in. And now Smith. Smith elects to play it long and sent right back to her. Tupin. Sickinger. That should be a corner. So corner coming up here for UDM. It'll be their 6th of the match, their first since halftime. And it's Haley Matthews. And we'll send it in.
Mercy corner kick, number 9, Erica Tupin.
The shot from distance doesn't get through. Castillo, a great job at getting in the way. The blast was from Strieberger. Strieberger's got 2 goals in now 13 matches played in her freshman season. It has been Detroit Mercy that's been dictating the tenor and tempo so far of this match. That ball takes a deflection off of a Detroit Mercy player. Ransom at full speed, can't get there in time. Banger with the touch, but throw in coming here. Second year the target. And that deflection goes well for IUPUI. That will be a throw in. Baucom does just enough to get in the way of that one. And frankly, there has been a lot less room at the back for IUPUI to have players maneuver in this half. Rodriguez and Bangert will exit. Wisman comes on, the second goal scorer. Also for IUPUI, Muldrow comes on. Rovers at the edge of the 18 couldn't maintain possession. Smith and Hogue had that covered. Just an errant pass. Cameron Pepper now will come back in. We saw her briefly earlier in the match. And that'll be a foul against IUPUI. Foul goes against Muldrow, the freshman from Hilliard, Ohio. Detroit Mercy elects to throw some numbers forward here as Baucom will send it in. Almost treat this like a set piece. Jaguars will let that simply trickle across the byline. Nothing comes of it. UDM now 15 shots in this match. I want to say since halftime that number is 8-0 in favor of the Titans. Shots on target are level at 4 apiece. It gives you an indication as to just how dominant UDM has been in the second stanza. And Castillo draws the foul. Wisman didn't have it at her feet for long. Now 3v2 at the back. Opportunity here. Got it. It's Lodano that gets her 6th of the season. And the Titans have the lead on the road. Again, Detroit Mercy has not beaten IU Indy since these two teams became conference foes 7 years ago. They're in the lead with 25 minutes to play. Beautiful bending ball, and slides it in that top right corner. And first team all-league performer a season ago. And a thing of beauty. So the Jaguars chasing it now. And again, they have pulled a point from every match they have played in league action. And again, if this result holds, the Titans will end the weekend in first place in the Horizon League standings. On his return for IU Indy. Renner back out there for IU Indy as well. So 2 unanswered goals here in this half for Detroit Mercy. Puerto Khalil's efforts come up short. That'll be a throw incoming by the 4th official in midfield stripe for IU Indy. Hogue will sweep it back to Kudlow. And again, just so much more unconnected seemingly from IU Indy in half number 2. From being a back and forth match that IU Indy had the better chances of, it has been one-sided in the second half. Left foot didn't get all the way through, and it will be a corner. So Balkum to take the corner kick for Detroit Mercy. This has been the formation on these corners most of the match. You'll see a lot of runs converging right around the 6. Smith took no chances, just headed it up and over the bar and over the hospitality tents here on the east end of the stadium. Another corner coming, which will be the 8th of the match for UDM. Not a danger just yet. Now Kudlow will pounce on it. Throw in coming for IU Indy. Wisman. That ball headed by the defender, so keeper can play it with her hands. But frankly, after Silver was very active in half number 1, she has largely been a spectator in half number 2. The flick. Roberson closest to it for IU Indy. Wisman trying to play the turf bounce. Mercy will play it sideways. Caroline Kelly now will re-enter. Some key pieces coming back in here too. Matthews returns for the Titans. Mascaro exits. Puerto Khalil exits. You would assume she's going to come back in. Sopa back in there for UDM. Again, space the back, but not as many numbers there currently. Kelly playing all the way at the back currently for IU Indy. Normally, she's at the other end of the park. Jaguars have used 8 substitutes in this match. Touch there that to some degree got away from IU Indy, but Ott does enough where Kudlow can get to it. Flicked forward by a runner. And to give Hogue a bit of a breather, IU Indy is using Caroline Kelly as a defender. She normally is the opposite end of the park where she is playing. Tells you some of the injuries and lack of numbers that Coach Johnson has dealt with this year. Wisman goes to the ground, but not enough in it, says the referee, in terms of any sort of foul. The go-ahead goal scorer in Lodato will come back out. Runner will come back out as Rodriguez returns. Quick score check from elsewhere around the league. Northern Kentucky 1-0 over Robert Morris. Up in Cleveland, Green Bay 2, Cleveland State 1. Those are the other matches in progress in the league. Again, Youngstown State beat Wright State 1-0 earlier. Here's a left-footed look that there was a window of opportunity there, but just not much on that left-footed shot. Kudlow able to pad her stats. Tia Jokic. First time we have called her name today. Grad student from, again, across the river in Windsor, Ontario. Opportunity here. Roberson, the hit from distance. Put a bit of a scare into Silver as it goes up and over the bar. But again, that's really kind of the first bit of real business that she has faced the entire half. At halftime, shots were level. It is now 20-9 on that total. And the shots on target now have doubled in favor of UDM. Again, some contact, but this match has been allowed to be physical. Jaguars do give it back for a throw-in. Ball bounces around the 18. Muldrow will clear it. And play to the side by Banger, but a throw in coming for UDM. Corner, excuse me. It'll be corner number 9 of this match, taken by Detroit Mercy. And again, they have been absolutely dominant in the second half. And Balkum, as you can do when you got a 1-goal lead in the final 50 minutes, she's taking a little bit of time, which is a perfectly legal play to send this in. And is wise to manage the clock in such a way. At the edge of the 6. Read by IUPUI. Again, Detroit Mercy might want to step on this if they can. And there's the foul. And that won't be a card. There were enough defenders back at that point in time. Muldrow draws it for IUPUI. That's one of those, again, when you're protecting a 1-goal lead, you can be cynical in terms of a foul in that scenario, just to kind of thwart any thought of some sort of breakaway. Good job by Kelly. Again, playing a lot further back than normal. And that will be a throw-in, and I see Hoag's about to re-enter. So let's see who she comes in for, and if Kelly just kind of bumps up top. But the big guns all return for Detroit Mercy, their goal scorers. Puerto Khalil, Ladado, and Washington all re-enter the fray, and you would assume they will stay to the bitter end at this point with 14-20 and counting left to go in this conference match.
And number 25, Joelle Washington. And for IUPUI.
Rodriguez. Hoag back to her usual defensive position. Kelly has returned to play up top. The hit from distance that wasn't on target. Like the thought by Fry, and again, she has been one of the leading chance creators this year for the Jags. Came in with 4 assists on the season. Two goals as well for Emma. Washington. Again, she's been the best player in the field today. Kudlow snares it. If there's a spill there, that might be a 2-goal lead, which we have not seen for either team today. And just to reset the picture, Milwaukee came in today with 10 points, but they have the bye. Detroit Mercy with 8. RMU with 7. IUPUI 7. Northern Kentucky 6. As it stands now, Detroit Mercy gets to 11. NKU gets to 9. Because they're leading Robert Morris by a goal. And top 6 teams make the conference tournament. Top 2 teams earn a bye to the semis. Top team gets to host the semis and finals. Kelly trying to get a window, blast it, knocked away, loose ball, did not go in. Finally an opportunity for IUPUI, and Muldrow couldn't send it home. Coach Johnson's been there and done that. You don't see him get rattled by it. Let's see if that is the spark for IUPUI. Let's take a look. And ball found Kelly and just kept waiting for a window to shoot. And Muldrow got some post, got some hand in there from Silver. Silver did just enough to close the window. And Muldrow, a freshman, bangered the foul. Muldrow, the immediate assistance. Muldrow playing today, getting just her 5th match action of the season. She had played 107 minutes coming in. Washington distributes. Smith. No damage done from that cross as Muldrow plays it back. And that'll be a throw coming in front of the IU Indy bench. Now, we have talked about the presence of Milwaukee. The good news is for Detroit Mercy, they're already done with Milwaukee. They pulled a point from them last week. And Milwaukee will have a match in hand on Detroit after this one today, but it's one you're glad to be through with when you see them on the calendar. Kelly gives chase, and that ball swept towards the track. Throw-in coming for IU Indy. And the Jags have won the last 3 meetings between these two teams, including 3-1 a season ago. All of UDM's wins against what was then IUPUI have come before the days of these two being in the same league. Streberger returns for Detroit Mercy. Ransom returns for IU Indy as Ott will head to the sideline. Henson back in there as well. Good release here. And 4 defenders behind the ball, but Washington making a center of the park run. Ball deflects off of Porto Khalil. And she has been buzzing all around the 18 all day long. Play on. Team that both players got there simultaneously. Ransom couldn't get there in time. Walken plays it sideways. It will be a throw-in. And the next time you'll see the IU Indy Jaguars women's soccer team on ESPN+. Next home game against Green Bay. That is Thursday afternoon at 4. So note the earlier start time. Roberson could not keep it at her feet. Kudlow will come well off her line to try to save some seconds off the rebuild. Hoag's toe poke. Did not find Rodriguez, found Streberger instead. And obviously, it looks like Detroit Mercy is going to choose that you're going to send a player or two forward and no more, which is obviously wise in this scenario. Rodriguez's back heel does not work. And she got the first goal for IU Indy. But the last two belong to Detroit Mercy. Lodato, not in campfire territory just yet, but took that to the corner flag and dug in. Let's update you. Robert Morris has found a goal late in the match. It is now tied at 1. That match is a little ahead of this one. That match is about 2.5 minutes left to play. Ball hit back towards goal, and Kudlow makes a sprawling save to track that down. She'll wave her teammates forward, knowing that time is of the essence. And whichever team, if there is a decisive result here in terms of a win or a loss, we will be down to just 2 teams remaining that have yet to pick up a loss in conference play. Milwaukee and the winner of this one.
Entering for Mercy, number 32, Cameron Pepper. And for IUPUI, number 16, Bernadette Wisman.
Wisman returns for IU Indianapolis. Kelly couldn't keep that at her feet. Pepper. Good help defensively by IU Indy. That's Fry that tracked back to slow down Pepper. But she and Hogue got on the same page. Heading in Detroit Mercy. Wisely taking their time on the restart. Take a few seconds here or there when you can. Throw for the Titans in front of their own bench. All poked away. By the way, the match in Cleveland, that's the 2 teams at the bottom of the table. Green Bay is leading Cleveland State 3-1. That is just a couple of minutes left to go in that one. Looks like this may be the last of the 3 to finish of the 1 o'clock starts today. And again, campfire time. Detroit Mercy asking for a foul, don't get it, but they'll spring possession forward. And again, that's going to be a foul. Yep, foul against IU Indy. And it's a short corner to some degree already, the location of this one. And it may be taken in that fashion by Detroit Mercy. I mean, it's trying to take the air out of this one. This may be a corner here, looks like, from how it's being signaled. Nope, going to be a throw. Detroit Mercy trying to kill a whole lot of time in that corner flag. Bauckham will play it all the way back. And Silver not going to build from the back here. Throw in coming for IU Indy. Fry. Roberson the nod. Rodriguez got there. Rodriguez cutting through. Left foot Rodriguez. There's a touch there. That will be a corner. At least there should have been. Yeah, that's what Chris Johnson is saying too. I thought that was a corner there. Yep. That's a massive break for Detroit Mercy. Two minutes and change left to go. Throw coming for IU Indy. And the end of this match going exactly as scripted for UDM. And they have been the dominant side in half number 2. Wisman tried to send that one into Ransom or Kelly. Now Castillo digs in. Fry jumping into the mix, but couldn't keep it at her feet. And Streberger again just tried to knock that one toward the corner flag, which is exactly what you hope to do. Kelly. Ball finds Wishman. Bending ball. Ransom a couple of touches. But the offside flag goes up. And again, Silver buying as much time as she can. It's going to be everything forward now for IU Indy. You'll hear the countdown coming up in a matter of moments. But at this point, with that ball being knocked to the back, I'm not sure it's going to matter. Roberson couldn't find a teammate.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Maybe a time for a desperation hit.
2.
And that's that. That'll do it. Detroit Mercy will get their first win against IU Indy since the two became